Coming up next on this special Giving and Leading edition of Arizona Horizon, we'll learn about an organization that started out helping food banks and expanded from there. We'll find out about a group that provides shelter to abused children, and we'll show you an organization that helps wounded soldiers by providing them a best friend. Those stories next on this special edition of Arizona Horizon.
Arizona Horizon is made possible by contributions from the Friends of Eight, members of your Arizona PBS station. Thank you.
Good evening and welcome to this special Giving and Leading edition of Arizona Horizon. I'm Ted Simons. We begin tonight's show with the 3000 Club. It's a Phoenix-based charity that began in 2008 as a way to save a food bank that had lost its major donor. The 3000 Club has since expanded to include a farmers market and a medical reclamation program. I spoke to 3000 Club co-founder and CEO Ethel Lazario. Thank you so much for joining us on Arizona Horizon.
It's my pleasure, Ted.
The 3000 Club, give me a better definition. What are we talking about here?
The 3000 Club is actually a local and international service and charitable organization. We have a 501c3 that has been going on since 2008.
Going on since 2008. How did it get started?
Well, it got started when Lon Taylor, the founder, actually approached me and he said, I need your help. A major donor actually walked out in the middle of the produce season, and we needed, $300,000 to be able to sustain, Borderlands Food Bank. What it came down to is, he said, if I can just get, 3,000 supporters pledging $100 each, that will solve, the problem. Well, I sort of, challenged him because this was in 2007 and 2008, and the economy was taking a hit. Mm-hmm. So coming from a for-profit, business side of it, I asked him, I said, well, what are we going to be giving back, to these supporters in return, for their $100? Because I'm a realtor and I was looking at it as, do I spend my $100 into supporting a nonprofit organization, or do I spend it marketing my business in order to be able, to get additional business? And what it came down to was we were able to get, supporters at $100, a year pledges, and that's how it started.
And so basically the 3000 Club stands for 3,000 folks
members
originally donating that $100 a year. But your idea kind of took it off to the, what networking, where nonprofits and small businesses can network and do other things and get involved in doing good things?
And that's how it started actually, Ted, because in addition to their pledging the $100, we started the different mixers. We established, different, chapters throughout the valley, whereby the members can actually promote their business while supporting a nonprofit organization. Pretty much unheard of in those days.
Now, when you started all this, and you got the 3,000 with the 100 every year, and then you expanded a little bit, did you find success quick? Was it a quick success here, or did things move a little slowly?
Well, we were able to find success in it because, a lot of people really believe in the cause also. And way back then, we would actually haul all the volunteers, all the members to Nogales, Arizona, and do the sorting of the produce. And then when they come back to Phoenix, they have their trunks full of produce. And then in 2010, we said, why don't we introduce the Market on the Move, meaning that we would be bringing the produce to the valley, collaborate with organizations, and set it up like farmers market-like atmosphere.
Indeed, you mentioned Market on the Move, and that is essentially a farmer's market.
It's essentially a farmer's market, and what we do is we bring in truckloads of produce into the valley every single Saturday from 7 o'clock until 11 o'clock in the morning.
And I understand for a donation, you get produce. What do you do with the produce? Is that produce then given to the needy?
The programs calls for $10 donation, and it's not intended, for the needy. It's intended for the people who have the $10 donation.
Okay.
Can make that donation, get the produce, and they can actually share it with people that they believe who are in need. So in relative term, we're actually using the people to be able to be helping us to redistribute, the produce.
So I'm sensing a pattern here. It starts with saving a food bank by getting people to donate. Now you've got this operation to Market on the Move to where you've got your own farmer's market and folks can donate the $10 and get the 60 pounds or whatever it is of produce. I understand as well, though, you've got a medical reclamation program, and that doesn't seem to fit. What is that all about?
Well, what it was in 2008, I was actually part of humanitarian mission, to the Philippines, and I've seen, having born and raised in the Philippines, I've seen the need for, hospital equipment because I've seen a lot of, patients being on hallways without any beds. And in the summer of 2008, there was an opportunity for us to be able to be a recipient of 3 semi-truck loads of medical equipment. So we said yes to that, and that's how it started. We get donations of medical supplies, we sort them, we pack them, and we actually send them overseas. We actually help, the local people also.
My goodness. Now, do you work with another organization with this?
We collaborate with Southwest Medical Aid in Tucson, and it's run by, Salvatorian nuns also. And they service, the local, and we have an office warehouse in Phoenix, whereby we get, the donations of medical supplies and sort it there.
Do I understand the Lions Club is also involved?
Because I'm a Lions member also, so we have, different organizations coming through every single Saturday, and it becomes their service project as well.
When you first started and first got involved with the 3000 Club, did you see it moving on to farmers markets, to medical reclamation programs?
I didn't have any idea then, but having been born and raised in the Philippines, we would hardly throw anything away in the Philippines. And United States has an abundance of, resources. What may be considered kind of, discarded here
Yes.
can actually be a gold mine and can help, the underprivileged overseas.
Well, with that in mind, what's next for the 3000 Club?
Well, we're dehydrating products also, meaning, the produce. And
Yeah.
what we want to do is, because it has already helped feeding the children's program overseas as well, we want to be able to continue giving educational classes in our warehouse. Dehydration, composting is in the works as well. So, and we will be introducing the dancing veggies in the fall also.
The dancing veggies?
The dancing veggies.
Can you give us a hint what that's about?
Well, the idea is to be able to engage the children to eat healthily also. So we will be having, auditions, 3 to 5 children who will be wearing costumes also, and they will be doing the rounds of the Market on the Move, and hopefully they will be able to engage and encourage, the children to eat healthily also.
Well, it's a wonderful local success story. Sounds like things are going well. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
You're most welcome, Ted. My pleasure.
Expand your horizon with the Arizona Horizon website. To get there, go to azpbs.org. Click on the Arizona Horizon tab at the top of the screen. Once there, you can access many features, watch interviews by clicking on the video button. You can also find out what's on Arizona Horizon for the coming week. If you would like an RSS feed, a podcast, or want to buy a video, that's all on the website too. Want to learn about specific topics like immigration or the legislature? You can visit our special web sections. Show your support for Arizona Horizon at azpbs.org/Arizona Horizon.
Next, we tell you about the Crisis Nursery, a Phoenix-based shelter that serves children suffering from abuse, neglect, and homelessness. Crisis Nursery also operates Head Start and foster care programs. Marcia Porter is the executive director of Crisis Nursery. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for the opportunity, Ted.
Give me a better definition of Crisis Nursery.
Our mission is breaking the cycle of child abuse and neglect, and we do that in a variety of ways, really starting where the family's at. So we see children in crisis that have been removed from their families due to abuse and neglect, or whose parents are just overwhelmed and might place them at our shelter, or a child comes into one of our foster homes. But we're also on the prevention side. We're a child welfare agency, so we're dealing with at-risk families, but we really are trying to help them early on overcome some of the challenges they're facing and get their kids ready to succeed. Have families make goals for themselves that they can achieve. So our early Head Start and preschool program kind of do that. And then on the back end, our shelter and our foster care are really dealing with kids that have already been traumatized, really giving them a chance to heal, opportunities to succeed, and really a second chance at childhood.
Crisis Nursery, the name here, but what kind of crises are you seeing? And are these situations changing over time, which means you need to change in terms of services and what you're offering?
It's exactly what we've done. Child abuse and neglect are the main issues that face many of the families, but those are compounded by poverty and sometimes caused by poverty, substance abuse, domestic violence. So we're dealing with powder keg situations where at the same point in time, parents really want to do the best they can. And so if at all possible, we can reach those families voluntarily. Before the state, CPS needs to get involved. And we all know how overburdened and overwhelmed they are. If we can reach parents at a time when there is potential for abuse or neglect, but it hasn't occurred yet, we've really found them very receptive to looking at ways to better parent and plan for their families.
Have they been receptive? Because I would think coming to a family and saying, you know, we got some counseling, we have some referrals here, we have some connections for you, we see that there might be a problem. It would seem to me like you'd have a lot of families going, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer that all parents, most parents, really want to be the best parents they can. Many of them weren't parented themselves, don't really have the tools and resources they need. So if we can serve as a navigator for them, they love their kids. Many times they've done some fairly heinous things to their kids out of ignorance, out of stress, out of anger. But I haven't yet met a parent that really didn't want to be a good parent. Many of them don't have the tools and resources they need.
After they get the tools and the resources and the services that you offer, talk to us about that process. Are we talking long-term, short-term, or just whatever gets the job done?
Whatever gets the job done. I think that's what we're able to be fairly flexible. We deal with the parents where they're at and what the issues are. In our early Head Start and foster care programs, many times children will stay with us for years. In our shelters, sometimes it's just a day or two for a parent that's just overwhelmed to get back into, get stuff together, have crisis averted. So we will work individually with each parent based upon what the need of the child and their families are.
You mentioned foster families. I would imagine some of those foster families need some counseling too.
They're really unbelievable people.
Yes.
Imagine opening not only your heart but your home to children that you know very little about, and it is disruptive. So we have families, foster specialists that work really closely with families, help them advocate not only for services for that particular child or sibling group, but also for the family itself. Introducing a new 1, 2, or 3 children in the middle of the night sometimes is going to cause trauma in that family as well.
Indeed, but those are amazing families,
Oh,
aren't
they're
they?
phenomenal.
Yeah. You talk about breaking the chain of child abuse. What is the biggest challenge in that getting done? Is there something out there more than anything else that you see is the biggest hindrance of breaking that chain?
I think hopelessness. I think that we see a lot of families that generationally have lived in poverty, don't see a way up, and I think helping them connect to the resources that are available. Our community safety net has pretty much dismantled. And so many times it really requires a pretty skilled person to try to connect them with what still exists. But I think hopelessness is probably the biggest challenge these families face.
How do you deal with that then?
Directly, and basically figure out step by step. I mean, them getting, a house might not be an achievable goal in the next year or 2 years, but them getting a job, even if it's 10 hours a week, or them getting childcare for their children, if you can take it step by step and they can see progress, which many of them have never seen in their lives, that's their second chance.
And that is the family, but the bottom line is the kid.
Right.
And reuniting with the birth family would obviously be the goal you're looking for here, but a lot of times that can't happen, can it?
Right. Well, our ultimate goal is to never have them have to be removed.
Indeed.
But when they have been, reunification is. Some families can't be reunified. And for those children that we are really looking for permanency as expeditiously and fairly to the parents, but as expeditiously for that child as we can. And we see that in our foster care. I think Arizona's foster care system now, about 50% of the children exiting are returning home. Another 50% are going to adoption or permanent placements with relatives.
So in terms of what you, obviously donations, money and time are important. I would imagine time is very important, isn't it?
Without our community volunteers, we could not provide the breadth of services we do. We have an amazing group of volunteers, not only that care for our kids, but that fundraise for us, that serve on our board. So at any point in time, we have about 250 active volunteers. We could not do what we do without them.
So how can folks get involved?
Get on our website. You can find out how to donate. You can find out how to volunteer. You can find out about how to attend one of our benefit events that benefit Crisis Nursery.
CrisisNursery.org. Good to have you here. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
joining
much.
us.
Get the inside scoop on what's happening at Arizona PBS. Become an 8 Insider. You'll receive weekly updates on the most anticipated upcoming programs and events. Get the 8 Insider delivered to your email inbox. Visit azpbs.org to sign up today.
We complete our Giving and Leading special with a look at an organization that focuses on returning soldiers. Arizona is home to more than 500,000 veterans, including 150,000 who served in Iraq and Afghanistan. Transitioning from military to civilian life can be difficult, especially for those dealing with medical issues. Producer Christina Estes and photographer Steve Aaron show us how an Arizona veterinarian came up with a plan to help veterans.
16-month-old Lucky is like most puppies,
He is just full of energy.
and he loves toys stuffed with peanut butter.
Good boy.
It's never easy to separate a dog from his treat, but in Lucky's case,
Once you put on the vest, once you put on the collar, he knows he's going to work.
work means protecting a man who spent a decade protecting others.
I did 5 tours to Iraq. In 2007, I was hit with an improvised explosive device, IED, and sustained injuries from head injuries to knee injuries.
After years of surgeries and therapy, Staff Sergeant Jason Badori medically retired.
I had a disconnect. I didn't know what to do.
A bad knee was the most visible scar, while the post-traumatic stress and brain injury stayed mostly hidden, except from Jason's family.
I always had to have my wife with me. I don't go to the grocery store. I don't go, I hate traffic, so I take the same routes that I know won't have traffic.
Jason was fortunate his wife understood better than most. She also served in Iraq. That's where they met.
My wife does do a lot, spends a lot of her time taking care of me, so it's like she's taking care of 2 kids, my daughter and myself.
Until Lucky came along. Someone discovered the lab mix in a dumpster and took him to a shelter where Jason adopted him.
Through Soldier's Best Friend, he was able to help me, I guess, come out of my shell.
Soldier's Best Friend is a nonprofit that pairs veterans suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder or traumatic brain injuries with dogs to be trained as service or therapeutic companion animals.
Okay.
Jason and Lucky are halfway through the program. They meet with a professional trainer once a week and join other veterans and dogs for public outings, visits to stores, restaurants, and the airport. Lucky's biggest job is to help calm Jason, especially during nightmares.
He's there so I know that it's okay. If I wake up from a dream or if I'm acting out the dream, he'll wake me up. He'll interrupt me, whether it's with his me wanting to pet him or him just rubbing his body against me. Brings comfort.
He's not going anywhere unless I'm going with him.
After months of training, former Army Sergeant Mac Piper and his dog Cal recently graduated from the program.
It makes me really happy and proud because I was able to teach him how to do it and make him understand that he needed to do it. And it makes me feel safe because he's a good judge of character.
While serving 3 tours in Iraq, Mac endured multiple traumatic brain injuries. He was also diagnosed with PTSD, and then just 4 months after leaving the military, Mac was hit while riding his motorcycle. The driver took off, leaving his bleeding, broken body on the street and stealing much of his eyesight.
It's called bitemporal peripheral vision loss, and basically it means that on my right eye I can't see anything from basically the middle of my eye out, and on the left side the same thing but from the left side.
The brain injuries make it hard for Mac to concentrate and recall things.
I'll ask my fiance what's going on for today, and she'll tell me, and then 5 minutes later I'll be like, so what are we doing today? Because I don't remember it. I don't remember asking her.
And then there are the angry outbursts.
After my accident, they got to the point where I would roll down the window and start screaming at people that were not driving the way I thought they should be, or walking down the middle of the parking lot when we're trying to drive through the parking lot, and things like that. And I actually had to have Krista explain to me, we live in a state where people carry guns, and they might not just shoot me, they might shoot her too. And that really made me want to get some help and make myself better.
Cal is always there to calm Mac and to watch his back.
We'll stop somewhere at the grocery store. I'll be looking at a shelf or something like that, and he'll automatically turn and face back and be watching the people that are walking by and making sure that people aren't coming up behind me and doing anything crazy.
The idea for Soldier's Best Friend came from veterinarian John Burnham.
Well, I wanted to help military, and I also wanted to help with our overpopulation of pets.
About half the dogs come from shelters and rescue groups. The program has graduated more than 50 pairs, but it's touched many more lives.
Just the other night we had a graduation, and I had a mother that has been the caretaker of this veteran, and she put her arms around me and hugged me and thanked me because now she can sleep in because her daughter can take her kids to school now, to where before mom always had to do that because the daughter was not willing to leave home. So those are the kind of stories we hear on a regular basis.
Let's go. Come on. If it wasn't for him, I don't know that I wouldn't have been shot at already.
Good boy. I didn't know how to thank him. It's amazing.
Sounds like Soldier's Best Friend has more than one lucky guy.
Yeah.
Soldier's Best Friend offers training in Phoenix, Prescott, Tucson, and Sierra Vista, and there's no cost to veterans thanks to volunteers and donations. For more information, visit soldiersbestfriend.org. That is it for now. I'm Ted Simons. Thank you so much for joining us. You have a great evening.
If you have comments about Arizona Horizon, please contact us at one of the addresses on your screen. Your comments may be used on a future edition of Arizona Horizon. Thank you. Arizona Horizon is made possible by contributions from the Friends of Eight, members of your Arizona PBS station. Thank you.